Somewhere over the rainbow, way up. Hello, my name is Joe Rosen. I am a student at Woodland Christian High School. Over the next 5-ish minutes, I will be talking to you guys about the beautifully written novel, To Kill a Mockingbird, written by the brilliant author Harper Lee. The three themes. There are multiple themes throughout this book. The three themes that I will be focusing on are racism, social inequality, and courage. Racism. The story took place in a sleepy town of Macomb County, Alabama in the 1930s during the Great Depression. Throughout this novel, it was obvious that a large majority of Macomb County was racist, with only a few exceptions, one being Atticus Finch. The people of Macomb County displayed racism by the rude and offensive names they would call Tom Robinson. Atticus was also being called names and was being threatened because he was representing a black man. Atticus stopped a mob of men who showed up to Tom Robinson's jail with the intention of lynching him. And the racism was most evident when, despite all of the evidence presented to the court providing that Tom Robinson was innocent, the jury still found him guilty. Social inequality. Social inequality. Tom Robinson was a kind, honest, and hardworking black man. However, he did not have the financial means to pay for a fancy lawyer when he was wrongfully accused of raping Mayella Ewell. So Mr. Finch was hired by the county to represent him. During the trial, Atticus points out these inequalities and talks about the fact that black people are simply not granted the same opportunities as others, which was evident especially during the Great Depression. Courage. Courage is defined as a quality of mind or spirit that enables a person to face difficulty and danger without fear. In To Kill a Mockingbird, Atticus Finch was not only a father and a lawyer. He was also a courageous man because of his actions and the way that he treated others. Throughout this book, Atticus was not afraid to stand up for what he believed in despite of what his family, friends, or neighbors thought of him. Even though some people call him a disgrace because he was representing a black man, Atticus was honored to accept the job. Despite losing his family's respect, he never backed down for what he knew was right. Characters. The characters in this book are Atticus Finch, who is a kind, honest, and hardworking man. He is a lawyer and a single dad who is raising 2 children, Jem and Scout. Jean Louise is also known as Scout. She's a 7-year-old daughter of Atticus and a scrappy tomboy who is just starting school. Jeremy Finch is also known as Jem, is Atticus's 11-year-old son who is soft-spoken and matures throughout the novel. Arthur Boo Radley is the Finch's reclusive neighbor who is rumored to be scary and a horrible person. Tom Robinson is a kind, hardworking black man who is accused of raping Mayella Ewell. Bob Ewell is the father of Mayella, known to be an alcoholic and farms for a living. Mayella Ewell is the oldest of the 8 Ewell children and is a supposed rape victim. Conflict. The conflict of the story is centered on Tom Robinson, who is being wrongfully accused of raping 19-year-old white girl Mayella Ewell. Tom Robinson had never done anything bad in his life. In fact, he was always doing extra work for someone who needed it. Atticus Finch was asked to represent Tom Robinson, and the idea of him representing a black man didn't go over too well with his friends and family. Racism was a big issue back in the early 1900s, but Atticus knew in his heart it was the right thing to do. After a long trial with lots of evidence proving that Tom Robinson was clearly innocent of the charges, the jury still found him guilty. Point of view. The point of view of this book is from Scout's perspective and how she learned many life lessons from her dad. His number one rule was to never kill a mockingbird because a mockingbird represents innocence.